Welcome to the First Player Token Podcast, a short podcast for folks who enjoy playing board games with family and friends. I'm your host, Derek Bruff. In this episode, I have another family board game recommendation, Rocky Road a la mode. Cast your mind back to your childhood, playing in the front yard, hearing that faint bit of cheerful music playing in the distance, and realizing that the ice cream truck was coming around. I don't know if you had that experience as a kid, but I did, and it was always exciting. I would run into the house to tell my mom, the ice cream truck is coming, and she would send me back outside with a couple of dollars to get something, usually an orange push pop. Rocky Road a la mode, a 2017 game from Green Couch Games, is a compact, colorful, and easy-to-learn game for 2 to 4 players that captures a bit of that ice cream truck magic. The game was designed by Joshua J. Mills, with art and graphic design by Adam P. McIver, and it plays in about 20 to 30 minutes. Players take on the role of ice cream truckers, driving around the neighborhood, bringing sweet treats to kids and grown-ups. The art is delightful, with brightly colored ice cream treats and lively cartoony depictions of both drivers and customers. And the player tokens are ice cream trucks. They come in light blue and lime green, and hot pink and sherbet orange. If they weren't clearly made of wood, I think you'd want to eat them. The game consists of a small board, the ice cream truck tokens, and a stack of cards, each depicting a flavor of ice cream, a couple of customers and the flavors they want, and some rewards. Each player also has a card that depicts their ice cream truck with the color matching their token color. Players take turns moving their trucks around the board, which shows a road looping around a neighborhood, while stocking their truck with ice cream, attracting customers with their cheerful music, and serving up ice cream to those customers. Most of the action in Rocky Road happens through the cards. On your turn, you can take one of 3 actions: draw cards, attract customers, or serve customers. If you draw cards, you select from the 3 face-up cards next to the board, or draw a blind from the deck. If you attract customers, you play a card from your hand. Each card shows 2 customers and their orders, and you slide the card partway under your truck card so that it looks like the first customer is in line at your truck window. I really like this little visual trick. It's very thematic. To serve a customer, you play cards from your hand, matching the current customer's order. Each of your cards has a particular flavor of ice cream at the top, and you put those cards in the discard. Once you serve your first customer, you slide that card a little further under your truck card so that the second customer is at the front of the line. Later, when you serve the second customer on the card, you rotate the card 90 degrees and slide it under the back of the truck card so that only the reward section of the card is visible. This is how you keep track of your points, since most cards have between 1 and 3 victory point ribbons in the reward section. The first player to reach 9 points triggers the end of the game, so collecting these ribbons is pretty important. As I've said, there's a lot happening on each card in Rocky Road. A flavor of ice cream you can use to serve a customer, a pair of customers with orders, and a reward section. These multi-use cards not only help pack a lot of game in a small box, they also pose some interesting choices as you play the game. Maybe you need an orange push pop to serve your current customer, but the only card with that flavor in your hand also has a reward you're hoping to earn later. Do you play the card now for its ice cream flavor, or do you save it for later and spend one of your turns drawing extra cards? Also adding some interest is the interaction of player actions and the game board. Each action you take requires you to move your ice cream truck token a certain number of spaces ahead on the board. Serving a customer costs 1 space, drawing 3 cards will move your truck ahead 3 spaces, and attracting customers will move your truck ahead by 1 to 3 spaces depending on the customers. There's a little loudspeaker icon on each card with music notes around it and a number inside. That's how far you have to drive, playing your ice cream truck music, to attract the customers shown on that card. Once a player takes their turn, the next player to go is the one whose ice cream truck token is farthest back on the game board. This isn't how most games work, where the player on the left goes next, but it makes this game shine. You might have a great card to play, but attracting those customers will move you ahead 3 spaces. That means that other players might get multiple turns before you go again if they take smaller moves. This keeps the game very dynamic. I have a few more thoughts about why Rocky Road is such a great little game, but first, let's hear from our dessert correspondent on why they like this game. So, what game do we have here in front of us?
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road. So, tell me what you like about this game.
This game makes me really, really hungry.
Oh, does it?
For ice cream.
Yeah, because like the whole game you're just like looking at ice cream.
Yeah.
And you just want some ice cream.
Yeah.
Which of these would you want to have in real life? The blue popsicle, the orange push pop, or the pink ice cream cone?
Pink ice cream, green cone, but it blue.
Ah, blue ice cream in a cone.
So number 1 mixed in with number 3.
Okay, good choice. What about these trucks? What do you think about these little truck things?
They're like so blocky.
They're very blocky.
They look like blocks just sitting around.
Right, but because they're blocky, what can you do with them?
You can stack them up.
Right.
Which is not that fun though.
It's not that fun.
Nah.
No. But it's part of the game though, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
So like this stack, blue is on top, and then orange, and then green. So who gets to go next?
The blue one, because it's all the way on top, and that means it's last. And always the one that's last gets its turn.
That's right. That's a little different. Do you like that in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like taking turns though.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about these characters here? Like the customers and the ice cream truck drivers.
I really like them.
They're very colorful.
Yeah.
Like this guy has green skin.
Green skin.
And a brown beard.
And a brown beard.
That's a weird combo. This guy's like pink with a yellow nose. Do you think they're creepy?
Creepy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a few of them.
They look really, really creepy.
Okay.
Their skin is like orange and pink and red
Right.
and blue
Right.
and green.
And sometimes their nose and ears are different colors than the rest
Yeah,
of their...
like their nose and ears are like green, blue. I don't know.
So what color do you pick in this game? Which truck do you usually pick?
Always blue.
Always blue. Even though, who's driving the blue truck?
Girls.
A couple of little
I don't
girls.
care.
You don't care about that? You'd rather have the blue truck?
Yeah.
Okay. Even though there's girls?
I don't care.
I don't care. Okay, good. And what's the thing we do? Because in this game, sometimes you have to attract customers, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do we like to do, or what do I like to do when it's time to attract customers?
To do a musical thing.
Yeah. Do you know what song your ice cream truck likes to play?
Everyone is different.
Everyone is different. That's right. Do you remember what one I do?
No.
Oh
yeah, right.
Yep.
Yep.
And everyone picks their own song?
Yep.
Thanks for being on our podcast.
Okay.
As you can tell, Rocky Road a la mode is a family favorite. I like it because it comes in a very small box, doesn't take up much table space when you play, and plays in about 20 or 25 minutes. This makes it a great game for road trips, or for when you and your nephew have a little time to kill before a family dinner. And once all players have played the game a time or two and figured out their strategy, the game almost always ends in a tight finish, with 2 or more players in position to win. That makes for an exciting game. There's also an engine building component to the game. Some of the rewards you can earn by serving customers aren't just victory points. They are reusable ice cream flavors you can use to serve future customers. As you collect these rewards, you have an easier time collecting more rewards in the future. And if you can collect enough of these reusable ice cream flavors, you can earn big victory points by claiming location cards, becoming the ice cream truck king or queen of the playground or the ball field or the swimming pool. This also means that there's at least 2 different strategies for winning the game. You can focus on victory points your customers bring you, or you can go after 1 or more of the location cards by collecting the reusable ice cream flavors. The location cards seem pretty important. I've only seen a single game won without them, but having those 2 different strategies is another way the game stays lively. Rocky Road a la mode has a lot of interesting mechanics, multiple paths to victory, engine building, multi-use cards that make modern board games fun, all packed in a colorful and quick-playing small box game. It will teach kids board game mechanics they'll use in bigger games down the road, all while having your family sing their ice cream truck jingles around the kitchen table. That's it for this episode of the First Player Token podcast. See the show notes for a link to my website, where you can find past episodes, see photos of Rocky Road a la mode, and find me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you have a minute, please rate and review the podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen. I've been your host, Derek Bruff. Thanks for listening. Now it's time to play some games.
Their skin is like orange and pink and red
All right.
and blue
Right.
and green.